Cole, Joe, you guys good? Open up for questions.
Carlos, when you have this many people at the top of your room who are not full participants in spring practice, how do you adapt things to, I guess, kind of mediate that, I guess?
I mean, I don't know. I hear all the concerns. I have no concerns. I just smile every day I come into the building because I know what the room is. But you know, adversity introduces a man to himself. All right. Every player, every coach gonna have some adversity. Spring, you expect that. Jacoby's been doing a good job. I'm excited by Favor Key. I know everybody hear me screaming at him, getting on him. But you talking about a kid that you can coach hard, that has the right mindset. And then, you know, the one kid that nobody talks about that helps us tremendously is Stanley Jackson Jr. He comes out, do his job every day. But I'm excited about this room. You talking about Bo and Isaiah should be better in year 2. And then, Turbo getting healthy. And Legend is Legend. That means that this kid got a chance to be really good. But I said the same thing last year about 2 other kids. That was Bo Jackson and Isaiah West. This kid got a chance to be really good.
Obviously, before he was dealing with stuff, there's this idea of like he can do a bunch of different things.
Steven, hold on.
Yeah, can you move to it?
Okay. Can y'all hear me? Y'all hear me?
On TV?
I don't want to be on TV. I really don't.
You're gonna be. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's this idea that he can do a bunch of different stuff, but he's also really never played the position before. How do you balance? How have you tried to balance? Hey, you can do all this different stuff, and once you learn,
That's not necessarily true. He didn't play running back his whole life. He moved to quarterback once he got to high school. But he was pretty much playing running back then because I told Leslie, you a fake quarterback. You was just dropping back running the ball. So we've been playing running back his whole life, and his ability to make people miss, the short area burst, it looked like art when he's out there running.
Last Saturday for Favor seemed like it was maybe like a watershed moment. There were several times where you were really excited about things he was doing, whether it was pass protection or whatever it may be. Was that a big moment? Did you see that as a
The kid, he's getting better. He's getting better. He's learning to fight through adversity. He has done some good things, but you just talking about the kid who turned 17 in December, guys, and he only been playing this game maybe 2.5, 3 years. And I say every day, I see the growth. And me putting stress on him like that, people I tell my young men in my room all the time, you know what? It look like I'm throwing dirt on you. Don't take it that way. Take it as if I'm putting soil on you. All right? I'm putting soil on you so you'll see, so you can grow. Because the only way you're gonna grow is by having stress. Have to deal with adversity. That's true. Having a true growth mindset when I'm at him. But he's grown a lot, and I told him I ain't gonna take my foot off of him. I'm gonna stay at him. So, but he's a great kid. Yes sir, no sir type of kid, and I'm extremely proud of him. And I'm not the easiest guy to play for. I am not. I tell every kid that. And that personally, I'm not the easiest guy to play for. Because I am really, truly trying to prepare these kids for when the ball go flat. I'm trying to prepare them really for life. So that's why I go out hard like that.
Locklyn, we talked about can't change the injuries for Bo and Isaiah, and you're still confident in the room. What are they missing? What do you wish that you could give them in March and April that you've had to adjust to get them ready for September?
So my Bo and Isaiah,
yeah.
They getting it. They're just not getting it physically, but they getting it mentally.
Does the back need that spring physicality?
I mean, they getting in the weight room from me because Isaiah and Bo's biggest issue was actually getting bigger, stronger. The weight room brings confidence. Both of them, they're confident. I think Bo's around 219, 220, Isaiah's 223. They confident. Now it's getting the mental aspect of the game. I tell the kids all the time, make knowledge your greatest talent. So now they're getting the mental part because they know what's going to happen. They've been in those situations. So having them bang in the spring for what? They had to have some things done this spring, but it was good for us because things happen during the season. I believe in every guy in that room. You know why? Because I believe in myself. Right. And I'm going to pour it into them. So we ain't skipped the beat. Martin Luther King said this once, that you have 2 types of faith. You have an if faith, you have a though faith. Coach, I got a though faith. Though they might be out, guess what? I got faith in those guys' room. But I can see it every day say, well, if Bo was here, if Isaiah was here, that ain't the type of faith I got. I got a though faith. Though they out, hey, that's right, we're going to be just fine. All right? And when they come back, it's even better. Instead of having those 2 guys, now you got 5 or 6.
What did it say to you excited about the running game? Obviously, Arthur Smith's been at it, the staff give us an insight of what it looks like now? What's got you pumped?
Just the direction of the offense. Now we got some elite receivers, but just the scheme, how he set everything up, and the runs that he called, they fit the talent level in the room, and the mentality that Art bring here. You know, Art from Memphis. You know, Memphis is my second home. That grit, that grind. You can tell he a guy from Memphis because, like I said, he has a physical mindset. So that's what I'm excited about, that aspect of the offense, where I thought we was missing some last year. So now, like I said, the running backs being involved to help out in the passing game, run game. That's what I'm most excited about, the physicality part that he brings to the table.
When you added Jacoby, what did you see on film that you felt like that can help?
Well, number one, you know, Coach Day hard on everybody. You hear me? Everybody. And one thing that me and him talked about was, you know, Isaiah and Bo improving on the second and third level. Well, when you watch Jacoby film at Florida, you saw a guy who was elite in tight areas, quick feet, may not look the part, but I'm talking he made guys miss, good hands, and he understand pass pro. So I was looking for a guy that had 1 year, that was an older guy, and he fit what we was doing. And you talking about great kid, yes sir, no sir. So he fit the room. So, but what I saw from him was a guy that can create on his own and that can give you some explosive runs. And you know, he just had a couple bad breaks throughout his career. And like I said, I hope this year he get the opportunity to play some really good football.
When you talk about making guys miss at the second and third level, how do you work on it? How do you get better at that? How much of that is just innate and how much of that is vision?
A lot of it is things you can do in practice. Some of it is God-given, and you got to know what type of runner you are. If you can't make a guy miss, you got to pick up certain, things in your toolbox. Whether it's an offhand punch, whether it's just attacking a guy half a man and you've been able to blow through him. You got a guy like Legend who's loosening the hips, who can find the cadence when he run. So some of it's God-given, but you can enhance those skills. I tell everybody, last year, think about this. Bo Jackson played four games in high school, his senior year of high school. 4, and his year was done. Isaiah West played 5. So their senior year really was what? Last year. So you're going to see tremendous growth in both of those guys because they're going to be confident, they're going to be bigger, they're going to be stronger, and now they done saw a few things. So my expectation is for both of them to be elite this year. Now, by those two being elite, Jacoby got experience, he's going to help out the younger guys. So that's my expectation for both of them, and they'll be much better this year.
How valuable is that? That they played as hurt as they were last year with their shoulders, that they're able to deal with that, do what they did?
Hell, at running back, you always hurt. That's real. I mean, you're always banged up. So I thought they played good. You look on the front of my door in my office. When you walk in that room, I tell them check their feelings at the door, and guess what it say on the door? No soft batch cookies allowed. You cross this line out here, it's time to go. So they played well. Can they play better? Will they play better? Yes, absolutely.
How young your room is, what is the value of having a guy like Jacoby who's been in college for 6 years and has all the experience he does?
I mean, it's valuable, but you can get a guy who's been in college 6 years, he still be immature. I mean, that's just real. But he is a mature kid, and Bo and Isaiah, you can see their maturity level picking up as well because they haven't been around. And like I said, Mick does a great job with the culture that he sets in the weight room. It kind of carry over to our position room, but having him in it's been great because, like I said, he's been in school for 6 years. At the same time, guess who the leader of the room is? Me. So it's my job to show them what it is to be a leader, how to lead, and I'm gonna tell you something. I think this Aristotle they had this quote, patience is bitter, but the fruit is sweet. I'm real patient with this group because I know at the end it's gonna be so sweet to see them come together. So, but it's a good group, and he's just a part of the rest of the guys.
You speak about Legend like he could be your lead singer. I mean, kind of. Is it special watching him run around and on video, etc.? I mean, we can all turn on his highlights and stuff.
I mean, it's exciting seeing a kid like that with that type of juice.
Yeah.
Some days I want to choke him because how he carries the ball, and then some days he has to stay at it because he's used to playing quarterback. He is a tough kid though. He's not soft, but I just like seeing that speed, that change of direction. Because you can give him the ball, and next thing you know, he gone. So, but that's something that we need, and it's going to push the other guys in there as well. So, I just like watching those type of runners.
How close were y'all to multiple home runs last year in the running back room, or were you that close? And was it
Several.
frustrating? I mean,
I
was it frustrating not to get those on a consistent basis?
You want your backs to hit long runs every time, but like I said, it's growing pains with young guys. You know, Bo Jackson did rush for 1,000 yards as a true freshman. Only 1 or 2 freshmen in the country do that. I think the other kid was at North Texas, and that's hard to do here. So, you know, some things was frustrating, but I knew it was growing pains. And you can see toward the year he got better. Thought he wore down some, you know, but he'll be stronger this year. Him and Isaiah both with the rest of them, but. No, I think he'll finish those runs, and I'm challenging him to finish those runs.
One of the quickie, you've worked for 4 different offensive coordinators in the last 4 years, haven't you?
Let me see.
Oregon.
Let me see. Chip, Brian,
This
Art,
year,
5.
5. Yeah, 5.
Will Stein, and then Kenny Dillingham.
So
5.
What's it like for a position coach to now to go from one guy sort of like
Exciting.
philosophical look?
Exciting because I get to learn.
Yeah.
I'm a sponge. I'm always trying to learn, and all these guys are different in some aspect. You know, if you ain't willing to grow and learn, and you continue to stay the same in this business, boy, you'll be out of here. So I'm constantly trying to learn. I think Jerome may have said this right here. When my end come, I want you to find me conquering a new mountain and not sliding down the old one. So I'm constantly trying to get better.
Is Arthur open to input from all you guys?
Yeah.
How does that work in y'all's room?
Every coordinator that I ever had a chance to work with, all of them like that. Art the same way, you know. No ego, no, he's open to taking advice from the guys in the room. So yeah, all the coordinators I ever worked with, all of them been like that.
Short yardage became kind of a specialized role, I guess, for CJ last year. But more often than not, he was a guy you put in there on short yardage. Philosophically, would you prefer that anyone in your room can handle that role? Do you like having one guy?
Nah, I ain't gonna put Legend there on short yard. You trying to get me fired?
He can run sideways.
No, he better not run sideways down there. And me and him gonna be looking for a new job because they gonna walk me straight out the building. No, I prefer to be probably Bo, Isaiah, and Jacoby. You look at all of them over 215. No, I wouldn't necessarily say big backs, but because Quinshawn was 220, 222, so he's bigger than them. But you want your thicker guys. I am not putting Legend Bay on third and 1 on the goal line. If I do that, y'all make sure y'all meet me in the parking lot.
Where does Turbo Rogers fit into the equation?
He's coming along good. Last year, Turbo missed all that time, but he's getting better. I told Coach Day the other day, I said, Coach Day, we got 5 guys we can walk out there and go to war with. So I'm just as confident in him as I am in anybody. It's just about him just getting out on the field, just doing. Because he had a good offseason. He got bigger. He's tougher mentally, and he got to get better with that. But he got to earn a role. I ain't giving nobody nothing. Y'all already know that. I keep telling y'all, like, I ain't giving nobody nothing. You better come in that room to compete. If you don't, you'll be gone. That's on you. So Turbo know he has to work. He got the mindset for it.
What are the attributes that Turbo has that can give him a role in this offense?
He has speed. He can run, short, compact runner. He runs hard. That's the biggest thing. He's one of our speed guys in there. That's his attribute. But like I said, it's competition in the room. There's some good backs.
Hey, remember when you were a player, whatever, would you have rather had the name Turbo, Legend, or Bo Jackson?
Me personally, I would have rather have Carlos Locklyn. Okay. I like my name when I play.
No, but from an expectation standpoint, when you throw names out there, nicknames, et cetera.
I probably would have went with Legend. I like that name. I hope he becomes a legend.
The way you're talking about all your running backs, it feels like they're all like parts of a back. Obviously, they're all young, so none of them are complete. But who's your most complete back in the room right now?
Most complete?
Yeah.
Man, you trying to start a fight. Most complete? I say right now it'll be a toss-up really between, I'm going to say Bo and maybe Jacoby. 3 down, back. And Bo might have an edge because Bo can line up in the slot, and Bo got really good hands. So I'm gonna say Bo Jackson, most complete in all aspects of the game. Now, the most dynamic, yeah, obvious, it's him. Yeah, because he can line up. He just ain't. We don't want him. We don't have him pass blocking all day, but he can line up in the slot and he can do a number of things. So,
Can Legend and Bo be on the field together?
yeah, I'm gonna be stumping for that. Yeah, yeah, they can be. I know I'm gonna be calling for it, but it could be Bo, it could be Isaiah, it could be Isaiah, Jacoby. I'm confident in all of them. So hopefully we do get to some two-back situations.
Obviously, last year, Bo and Isaiah came in. You could see early on that like these are guys who are going to be able to contribute in year one. What are those traits when you're looking at your freshmen that makes you say this is a guy you can play as a freshman?
Me getting in their ear and going at them, seeing how they respond, putting them in stressful situations, how they answer me in the classroom. Are they spitting it back to me? You know, when I get out here, you can hear them talking to themselves, okay, what they got, and then everything else is, you know, God-given. They have the ability. Like I said, Bo has the ability. He showed that last year. I think we can get more out of him. And then Isaiah was a pleasant surprise because, like I said, he's come out for the ACL, and I expected him to be even better this year. But, you know, just by me going out, you'll get a feel for your kid when you're going. That's why I couldn't be a coach out here with my hands in my pocket, not saying that. And I know my kids get tired of me. Hell, y'all probably get tired of me when y'all come out here. I'm always yelling, but I feel like you got to coach it. You know, a coach should coach every detail. And you got to step with this foot. Your eyes got to be here. Because if a kid constantly hearing that, he becomes disciplined in his job and what he's supposed to do. So, you know, I tell my kids all the time in the room, if you can handle me, everything else is going to be easy for you because I'm going to put a ton of stress on you in practice.
Jacoby did mention his pass catching ability is something he takes pride in. What makes him effective in that aspect that you've seen so far?
He got really good hands, but it's after he catch the ball. He gonna get you some yards. He can make guys miss, but he got really good hands. It's good that we got, you know, I'm gonna say we got 4 guys in there. You know, the other 2 might argue, but we got 4 guys in there who can really catch the ball. Bo, Isaiah, Jacoby, and Legend. Now, Fave and Turbo, they gonna say they, and I love them, but when they catch sometimes like they catching a refrigerator. we gotta work on them too. Now they'll catch it. When they catch it, they know what to do, but you know, it's one of them 50-50 things with both of them too. But they getting better though.
You said Jacoby can make guys miss.
Yes.
Bigger back, is that rare?
No, it's not rare. I mean, you think about when we had Quinshawn here. Quinshawn had a great ability of making guys miss, and because some guys didn't want to run into him, but nah, this is Jacoby. You watch his high school film when he came out of high school. It's a natural thing for him. Probably played a lot of ball in the schoolyard and down in the South, making guys miss and run around. So he's pretty good at it.
There's been a lot of talk about the receivers and their yards after catch. How much do you expect the running backs to be involved in that this year in terms of the passing game?
A lot. I mean, you want to receive to have yards at the catch. That's why I tell the backs, okay, we don't have the ball. What you doing when you don't got the ball? You should be sprinting to go throw a block. Because we ask the receivers to do the same thing on the perimeter. All right, you want to have explosive runs. You know, everybody keep talking about explosive runs. You know, and last year I think we had like maybe 12 runs of 20 yards or more. But you want to have explosive run. How do you achieve explosive run? The receivers got to block on the perimeter. Guys got to block. Okay, how do receivers get yards at the catch? Running backs coming cleaning guys up so they can have. It takes a whole unit. So. I expect for the backs to be involved in that. If they don't have the ball, go throw a block. I tell the backs all the time, we're not tourists. We don't take pictures. Go get involved.
Who's the best at that right now in your room?
What, chasing the ball?
Yeah.
None of them right now. They got a long way to go. I ain't satisfied.
Lock, you and Art Smith have both coached Kenneth Gainwell. I'm wondering if you look at Legend and see any Kenneth Gainwell.
OKG. Everybody knows that I have a close relationship with all my backs that ever played for me. The guys came over to my house for Easter, and they walked down to my basement. And I got these jerseys lined up. I said, all right, who's gonna be the next one? Well, you know, I got Patrick Taylor up there. I got Trey. I got Kenny Gainwell, and I got Bucky Irving. All right. Yeah, another thing too. Quinshawn, send me my jersey. I need that. I want to make sure I add that. But Legend has traits to Kenny, You need to go back and look at Kenny redshirt freshman year at Memphis. What he did, he was a Sean Alexander, and I talk about him all the time. He was a Sean Alexander freshman year from Memphis. I'm talking about a special skill set. Can run, can catch. High school quarterback down in Yazoo, Mississippi, just like Legend. All right. The difference is, I think Legend is faster. I think Kenny was more a little bit stouter, but similar skill sets. But Legend might be a step faster. But Kenny was a tough son of a gun, though, boy. But I see a little bit of killer, as I call him, in Legend. I see a little bit similar traits.
You're not reluctant to talk about him. I mean, he hadn't played it. Why is that?
Who?
Legend.
I did the same thing with Bo and Isaiah. I recruited a kid here. I'm gonna talk about him because who brought him here? Oh, because they had to okay it, right?
Yeah.
I love my kids, and like I said, I am sensitive about my young men in my room, so I'm gonna talk about them. So Bo hadn't made too many plays out here, but I told y'all, hey, Bo gonna be a good player. Isaiah gonna be a good player. A coach should talk about his players. They should know that the coach believes them. Yeah, because if I don't, and I brought them here. Hell yeah, I believe in my boys, and I'm gonna talk about them every chance that I get. It's a good group of young kids in there. They don't give me no problems. You know, they really don't. You know, as hard as I am on Legend and the rest of them, but they are really good kids, and I love my kids. I love them hard too.
Coach, thank you.
All right,
Nobody's
appreciate it.
still Bill's story.